Hi, welcome. On this video, I want to discuss the so-called science of dog training. Even as you see all the divisiveness happening in the dog training world, all the confusion by way of social media. Again, dog owners continuing to look for answers as to what is training, and so many again experiencing failure. Okay, by way of this idea that trains a learning-based exercise, even as your dog can look fantastic, okay, in the training environment, as a dog is responding for things they want by way of treats, other motivating agents, the dog doing a fantastic sit, a fantastic stay, looking great, getting to reward your dog for a job well done, getting your certificate even, okay? But again, after the fact, after coming through a process, discovering, you know what, I'm still dealing with a relationship problem. Things haven't actually gotten better at all, or very little. And feeling completely frustrated, even blindsided in some cases as a moment of aggression happens, and just wondering what's going on. And again, this is where I talk about, okay, what training represents. And again, if you start to consider and apply, everything I show by way of the parenting example, okay, dealing with a relationship problem between a parent and a already selfish child, okay, they start to make sense. How it is that things can look fantastic at one level, but not so much in terms of relationship change actually happening. Again, this is where the saying comes from, a very popular saying, my dog is pretty good, except, but think about that saying that I hear so often from dog owners, the pretty good part, at times, dog looks very well behaved in the home environment, but then the except part just completely seems totally disconnected, in terms of certain moments of saying, well, I know I have a problem, I don't understand. Well, again, understand this is the deceptive nature of appearances. And again, how this even plays into this very popular idea that once a relationship problem is underway, the training's a learning-based exercise. But again, consider, the example of the child that has become selfish and approaching it the same way is a learning-based exercise. So again, just like the selfish child, sure, you can, motivate them through things that they want, okay, to perform good responses such as make their bed or pick up their toys at times. But the problem is in terms of the parental role. Okay, understand this whole issue of, okay, what's the role of the parent in terms of relationship change, and then lining this up with the actual parenting style, the authoritative parenting style, and the themes that align with the parenting style. And as you, again, are interacting with, okay, there's that word, okay? And again, this keys up on this, what this system of training represents. This system of training is a intentional, interaction-based approach that approaches relationship problem for what it truly represents, a intervention, versus a learning-based exercise. Understand this is why it's so common for people to invest time, money, and energy into this idea, and only to discover, hold on here a second, things haven't actually gotten any better. What's going on? And then when you consider just how popular this idea is, okay, understand that those who identify as balanced trainers and force-free trainers, understand both these groups of trainers are jumping into a relationship problem the exact same way. They're focused on motivating dogs to respond the way that I talk about is very, very problematic based on assumptions that are being made at that level, appearances, and then this disconnected picture. So again, understand that when we talk about the science of dog training, I talk about, well, no, this actually doesn't meet the standard of science because it doesn't even reconcile what a process even represents. It doesn't offer clarity in terms of both the role of the owner as well as what does influence represent. And again, you hear certain words used by trainers out there, such as, physical force, corrections, punishment, discipline. You hear all sorts of these words being thrown around on social media by these trainers. But then what I show is, no, actually, it's defined at a relationship level. Okay, dogs are social animals. It's reconciled through a intentional interaction-based method that speaks the right language. Understand, it's very, very important. So my encouragement, okay, to anyone out there that's looking at everything happening in the dog training world, all the confusion, all the divisiveness, it points directly towards what I'm saying is the problem. But I don't talk about just the problem, I talk about the solution. What's the solution? Because ultimately that's what really matters. What's the solution in order to, make sure that coming out on the other side of a process that that you're going to be successful, that relationship change is actually going to happen by way of a predictable outcome and not being deceived by appearances. Again, I encourage you to check out the system of training. Okay, it's very specific. It's a original source system. You're not going to find any other system of training out there like this system of training. I developed it. I asked the questions that needed to be asked many years ago in terms of, okay, what is training? Is this about dogs moving around and doing a sit down, come and stay? What's that? Okay, I mean, is that really a standard? Does that really represent that perception of dogs are changing? Absolutely not. Okay, so again, I encourage you to check out the information I post. Very specific. If you need help with your dog, contact me. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.